Are you using AI and you're not happy, you get more confused? Well, then you're not using AI properly, because AI can be a very powerful tool to help your preparation and actually take your preparation to the next level. And I recommend my students to use AI very effectively, go deep into that, and also understand it's a machine. It's a powerful machine. And if you just listen for next 10 minutes and follow this, after 1 week or 10 days, you can come to me and thank me also, because I'm going to read the comment and I want all of you to follow what I'm trying to say, because I have been learning AI for UPSC preparation from last almost a year. And believe me, things have changed to the next level. AI can actually be a very strong co-pilot. So let's understand. Let me help you with what is my productive workflow and why AI can be very effective. The first thing is that how many tools you're using. I've found students using multiple tools. If you're using multiple tools, don't do it, because that is not going to work. Use one or max two tools and go deep into that tool. And because AI will try to know you, understand you, it will also find the blind spot inside your preparation and will advise you more better. That is the key part. And aspirants, bounce from multiple AI. So they are using something for this, something for this. They saw some Instagram reel that this is good, okay, this. They're looking for hacks for AI at multiple places, some prompts for AI. AI is normally, we have so many companies which have their own AI workflows and models, and they are very effective, many of them. Some are better than others, and some have their own advantages. But still, I would say that if you're going shallow, using multiple tools, avoid doing that. That is not going to work. Now, let me share the why more AI tools are not effective. Because AI as a machine, when you try to use it again, it tries to know you as a person. It understands your context, it understands your language, it understands your voice, it understands you where you stand, and you don't have to give information in a regular again and again. So you can use the same AI tools multiple time and set the context. Today we have features where you can create projects. The paid versions are much better, of course, but again I would advise to use make the best use of the free version. Paid versions should be, the free version will work for you. So the best part in AI is that I have watched aspirants putting the same prompt in multiple AI tools, because all are free. You can put the beginning queries are all free, and you get so many answers, so many solutions. So it's creating information overload, overwhelm also, and that is where the challenge is. And mistake was not using AI. Mistake was using AI in a different way or wrong way, which might not be effective. Also, how you are using AI, the context is more important, because you have to give very laser focus input. And I also tell one more thing, that when you are using AI, make sure in the AI you are making do the first principle thinking. Now, what is first principle thinking? The first principle thinking is that before using AI, make your own, use my GPT and try to understand what I'm asking, that, and set the context. And you'll be surprised to know that this context which you set, or the idea that you're looking at, AI will enhance this 10x. AI will enhance it 10x, because it exactly knows your context, your challenge. But first, identify what is my problem, what I'm looking at. Be very laser focused in terms of giving the direction. So, for example, you want to understand a concept. You are struggling in a concept, and I would not advise. You can easily. So, let's say you are struggling in a concept. Let's say you're, you want to know about GNP. What is GNP? And you're struggling in this concept. You're not able to understand how national income is calculated. So, when you're struggling in this concept, you can go to the AI and say, "See, I'm a UPSC aspirant. I've been preparing for this exam. I've read this concept, but I'm a little confused. And I want you to help me, and help me go deep and explain with very simple examples, and think like as if I'm a beginner, I'm a 10 class student, wants to know this concept in detail, and give relevant example in Indian context or any context in a very meaningful way, so that I can solve PYQs, and also, if possible, link with previous year questions of UPSC in the past maybe 10 years, and understand what kind of questions UPSC might ask, and thereby also help me that how I can study this topic at next level." Now, when you are giving such information, now AI knows, okay, you are looking to understand this concept, go deep, you're also linking with the exam process, and you're also telling your own limitations. Now, when you say like this, the information that will get will be mind-boggling. Laser focus what you require. Again, be very precise in your directions. Exactly what you're looking at. Go deep and ask solution in a very brief manner. Say that don't overwhelm with data and fact, keep it simple, keep it basic. And when you start doing that, you will suddenly find that AI is a very strong, powerful. It's like a jinn. You can ask the jinn that, okay, give me food, or you can say, give me prosperity for next 100 years. No, that is your power. Okay. So the mistake was that what changes when one tool carries? Because when you're using one tool again and again for a context and for again and again, you will understand that the AI can be very effective and it can reduce your negativity or well at preparation at next level. So there are 5 things I want to my workflow, AI workflow, how I do. First is I do the first principle thinking, and I would advise student to use AI for a weekly planning. Okay, you can advise for the weekly planning, and it's very important to understand. In fact, I plan my 3 months plan, 3 projects, and there are multiple things I can do. But again, for that, with time you will also be able to do that. So let's say you are planning for a week. I said, okay, I'm studying this subject and I want to plan this subject. And how should I plan it? I want to help. So you can prioritize. You can create plan based on the focused conversation. Converse with AI, go deep, and that is where the idea is at next level. Then at next level, concept clarity. Be very precise. Look for concept. Ask it. Ask for relatable example, easy, and also be very clear. Okay. For example, AI might make mistakes also. It hallucinates. Now that hallucination has come down drastically, but still, ask a question you are understanding. Okay. So for example, in weekly planning, probably I use maximum 2 tools, ChatGPT and Claude. For deep research, I do Claude, ChatGPT for planning at basic level and for information. The same thing I apply for even for the everything. I mean, I'm using maximum 2 tools. I have both the substitution of that. Now, let's say you're doing answer writing. Now, you can create questions from AI. So, let's say you study a topic and you explain the context. I studied this topic from this area, and you can also share a PDF of your class notes also if you want to do that, or maybe chapter. I read from this. I want you to create 5 questions from this questions and create this from medium level to higher level, and also you can write answers. But remember, write your answer at first level, and then you say, okay, this is my answer. How can I make it more better? Give relevant example, fact, data, and look and connect with UPSC PYQs. Understand the context what UPSC is looking at, and thereby help my answer. And be very precise in terms of input. Don't give me 100 input. Give me 3 inputs, 4 inputs, so that I can work on it. Now, when you're giving such context and when you're telling that AI will help you actually more effectively, you don't need to join some test series or any places. You don't need somebody to check your answers, at least in the beginning. If you come, my students come to me, they can, I say that, okay, use AI and precise your effort, and then you come to me. Then probably I'll be in a better situation to help, because my time will be saved and your time will also be saved. So the first, you can make AI as your first draft critique before even mentor sees it, and you can catch your gap in very early in the preparation. And that is again, I can use the same tool. Now, current affair is one area where I have found that AIs are less effective. The reason is you need to provide. So even if you're doing current affair context, let's say, you can give the source from where you want to study. You can put the PDF of, let's say, you are following a monthly magazine or some daily compilation. Okay, and you can say that, okay, here you can use. But if you're going for direct current affairs, Perplexity or Gemini is a more effective tool, because it has access to Google ecosystem and other things. However, again, I would advise that NotebookLM can be a very effective tool if you want a tool which can help you. Good thing is that a lot of material is already available in the market, and you can use the same material, put in this notebook or in your this Perplexity, and ask, okay, can you refine it? Can you make language simpler? Can you make it more basic? And I want to use it for my notes and revise it. So that way you can reduce your overwhelm of the content and material, and you can actually have a very focused approach. So instead of using multiple tools, one tool going deep or 2 tools going deep. The next is weekly review. Most of us are putting effort, but are you reviewing your preparation? Are you going for self-reflection? Are you journaling, or are you asking yourself? Are you doing the mental reflection that how the week has gone? Because these are the challenges which aspirants have to face again and again. And if you plan your effort better, 5% of effort should go in planning, and then 95% in execution. If the 5% planning is good, 95% will be next level. You will see the magic happening in your preparation. So this is the AI workflow I'm going to advise to you, that you can use it. You can also create MCQs and play with the tool, try to understand the tool and go deep into the tool, because tool knows you. Okay, and if you feel that you need a next level effort, so you can also take a subscription, but in the beginning use it for free. Now, so when you're using multiple tools, you have to re-explain the context again and again. You give generic questions, answer will be generic. But when you give specific question, very precise, then the answer will be more precise. You can also ask AI to create a prompt for you. When see, if you don't know how to put the context, you can also ask the AI, can you create a prompt for me so that I can create good answers? And you use the same prompt in the AI. Okay, so that is how it has to be. So you have to go deep. One tool learns you, understands your weak point, and gives you very good feedback. And there is less noise, and you get more signal and more precise. And the tool understands you, and then it helps you in a much better way. So that is the whole idea behind this effort. So pick one primary tool, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or Notebook or whatever, and make sure that you go deep and follow this. For current affair, I would advise go to newspapers, go to PIB. These are primary sources. AI can be used as a co-pilot, and always use AI as a co-pilot, not as a primary, source, because AI can actually overwhelm you. It can give wrong information also. So that is where I want you to use your own thinking. And if you think, just put in the comment box which AI tool you're using and follow me regularly. You can also, because in our community we do a lot of things, that the idea is to accelerate your preparation, move in a very aligned acceleration, and do things in a very meaningful way. Because I wanted to crack prelims, I wanted to crack mains, I want to get selected. That is the key I have. I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of information content, because there is enough any. But I want to help you to how to contextualize that information and content and use it meaningfully for the exam and get selected. So you can follow me regularly and reach out to us for any concern. God bless you, and comment the AI tool that you're using right now. Bye. Also, I take Tuesdays on every sessions on Tuesday and Fridays at 6 p.m. My videos are released. And next is why most timetable fail. So follow my preparation schedule, and you'll see a very meaningful outcome in your efforts. God bless you.